Hey guys, tonight we're diving deep. Like really deep. Not into the ocean or your ex's old Instagram photos, but into something older than the pyramids and somehow even more dramatic. Imagine yourself barefoot, standing on warm earth that's never been touched by human hands. The breeze is too perfect to be real, and everything smells like a mix between freshly turned soil and rain that hasn't fallen yet. You're not in a dream. You're in the very beginning. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while we're at it, comment below. Where are you listening from? And what time? Is it right now? Now dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. You're barefoot. That's the first thing you notice. Not just barefoot, but aware of it. The ground beneath you feels alive, warm, pulsing like it remembers something you've forgotten. You look around and there's nothing. No buildings, no noise, not even a fly buzzing to interrupt the silence. Just light, soft, golden, hanging in the air like it's suspended in syrup. You're in Eden, and no, there's no map. You see him first. Adam. He's confused, like someone who just woke up from a nap he didn't know he was taking. He blinks a lot, stretching his arms, looking at animals like, okay, what are you supposed to be? And then comes Eve. She doesn't walk. She glides, like she already knows the rules to a game you're just learning. The first days are surreal. Trees with fruit so bright they could be CGI. Rivers that sing, literally sing when you sit beside them, and animals that haven't yet learned to fear humans. A lion walks past you and yawns. That's it. No drama. No Discovery Channel chase. Scene, just peace. But here's the thing. Peace is fragile and you can feel it. Like when your phone has 1% battery and you're still 2 hours from home. That quiet anxiety. Yeah, it's hanging in the air now. There's this tree, the tree, and you keep hearing about it. Don't eat from it, God said, clear as daylight. But curiosity has a voice too, and it whispers like old vinyl, scratchy and sweet. You can't unhear it. One day you see her, Eve. She's holding the fruit. And it's not glowing or ominous or pulsating like in video games. It just looks good. Juicy even, and she bites. Then hands it to Adam, and he bites too. And that's when everything shifts. The colors dull just a little. Like someone turned down the saturation. The animals scatter more. You notice thorns now where before there were just petals. And you hear something in the garden. A sound that isn't wind or water, it's footsteps. Heavy, slow, divine. You run. Which is wild, considering a minute ago you didn't even know what shame felt like. And then, the voice. Not angry, not thundering, just disappointed. Like when your teacher finds out you cheated and just sighs. That kind of heartbreak. You're sent out. No more garden, no more glowing rivers or chill lions. Just sweat, dirt, pain, and pants. Yeah, clothes become a thing now, but get this. God makes the first garments. Like a parent helping a toddler into shoes before the first day of school, even after they scribbled all over the walls. That's the first glimpse you get that this God isn't just creator, but something softer too. Not soft as in weak, soft as in mercy. And that's where history really begins. Not in paradise, but just outside it. Fun fact, some scholars believe Eden may have been located near modern-day Iraq. Others say it was purely symbolic, an eternal metaphor for lost innocence. And classic scholars still argue about it. But tonight you don't need GPS, just this, a memory of what was lost, and the weight of what comes next. You pick up your pace. The world has turned wild, but something inside you whispers that this isn't the end. It's just the first page, and that's the thing about the beginning. It's never just about how it starts, but who walks with you after it falls apart. You don't get far before the weight of the outside world sets in. The soil isn't soft anymore. It clings to your feet in clumps, cracked and stubborn like a warning from the ground itself. You glance behind, expecting the garden to still shimmer faintly in the distance, like a dream you could maybe return to. But it's gone. Not just blocked, gone. Like it folded itself into another dimension. The moment you stepped out. And ahead? Well, there's a lot of ahead. You learn quickly that survival isn't glamorous. It's not spears and bonfires. It's figuring out which berries won't kill you and how to sleep without being trampled by something with horns. Adam and Eve, now just two people trying to raise kids in a world that feels like it holds a grudge. Their firstborns, Cain and Abel. Sounds promising, right? Like a boy band from biblical times, but not quite. You notice the tension early on. Cain's quiet, brooding. He works the ground like it owes him something. Abel's lighter. He's the shepherd type, always humming, hands soft from cradling lambs. They both bring offerings to God. Cain offers crops. Abel offers the best of his flock. And here's where it gets messy. God looks on Abel's gift with favor. Cain's? Not so much. Cue the spiral. You see Cain's eyes narrow in a way you wish you didn't. His jaw clenches like he's chewing glass. God even warns him, sin is crouching at your door, it desires to have you. But Cain, he opens the door and invites it in for coffee. One day, he lures Abel out into the field. Just brothers, hanging out. Except not. No one sees it coming. Except you. Because when Cain turns, you can feel the air shift. And when Abel falls, there's a silence so loud it echoes through centuries. The first murder, the first grave. And here's the strange part. It's not just grief you feel, it's familiar. Like a gut-deep ache you recognize from stories on the news or whispered family trauma. That's the thing about pain, it doesn't change costumes. It's always raw, always real. God finds Cain, asks the question he already knows the answer to, where is your brother? And Cain, with the kind of cold deflection only guilt can sculpt, replies, am I my brother's keeper? You want to yell, yes, yes you are. But it's too late. His hands are already stained. God doesn't smite him on the spot though. No fire, no sudden lightning bolt. He marks him. A strange kind of protection, a consequence wrapped in grace. Cain is exiled, cursed to wander but not destroyed. It's almost harder that way. Strange fact, some scholars believe the mark of Cain wasn't just a punishment. It was a form of divine mercy, a symbol that violence wouldn't beget violence. Yet again. And yep, historians still bicker about what that mark even was. You watch as Cain walks into the vast unknown, becoming a ghost in the pages of prehistory. And Abel? He becomes a whisper. The first life taken, the first soul mourned, and you're left standing there in the dust, wondering how things unraveled so quickly. Eden was just yesterday. And now you're watching blood soak into the earth. That once bloomed with lilies. But here's the part no one really talks about. Even after all that, after murder, exile, heartbreak, life keeps going. Adam and Eve have another son, Seth, and with him a faint flicker returns to the story. People start to call on the name of the Lord again. Hope, like a stubborn weed, pushes up through cracked soil. You keep walking, your feet hurt, but your soul feels something stirring. Maybe it's resilience. Maybe it's that weird human thing that refuses to stop hoping, even when it should have quit chapters ago. You think of Cain, of Abel, of parents burying children, of silent fields that remember screams, and you realize history isn't written in the victories. It's whispered through the wounds, and somewhere deep inside you feel the weight of a new truth pressing against your ribs like an unspoken prayer. You're not just walking through the story, you are the story.